Alright, listen up. UFC 316's coming to Jersey, baby. We're talking Newark. Brick buildings, bad traffic, and even worse attitudes. And headlining this card, we got Merab, the Machine, Dvalishvili, blue collar, built like a construction site, taking on Sean O'Malley, the human highlight reel, with more colors in his hair than the Jersey Shore boardwalk. So grab a bagel, park like a maniac, and let's break down these fights the only way we know how. Loud, biased, and a little disrespectful. Let's get into it. First up, we got Vicente CTE Luque versus Kelvin All Talk Holland. Vicente, okay, I'm not going to keep doing this voice the whole video, guys. Vicente Luque, funnily enough, was actually born in New Jersey, so technically he's the hometown fighter here, even though he now fights out of Brazil. But look, I want to say, Kevin Holland should win this. He's long, he's tricky, he's taken less damage, and he's probably the better striker if this stays standing. But man, it just seems like Kevin's checked out, right? Like, career-wise, the guy's halfway to the parking lot already, probably to chase down some petty thief. He's retired more times than John Jones, and he's made it pretty clear that he's here to get paid, not to make a title run. Vicente, on the other hand, still gives a fuck. He fights like someone who cares. He still wants his name to mean something. And I think that that's actually what makes this fight interesting. It's not just two guys throwing down, it's a contrast of mindsets. It's the battle of the journeyman, but a violent one. If this stays kickboxing, sure, give it to Holland, but Luque's too experienced. He's too well-rounded. He actually game plans, and he's too game. I could see him hurting Kevin bad, rocking him, and then snatching the neck. Something about this screams classic Vicente Luque Das choke. I'm going to take Vicente by submission, and I'm going to say round one. Kick off the card with a bang. Next up, we got Mario Scumbag Bautista versus Patchy Diaz Charleston mix. Legit, Patchy Mix looks like what you'd get if Nate Diaz and Charleston White had a baby. And that's not even an insult. That's just a fact. Look at this. Tell me that you don't think that that's right. He literally looks like these two had a baby. Anyway, we don't have a ton of UFC data on Patchy yet, but the man has fought killers in Bellator. Magomed Magomedov twice, just like his parents named him twice. What a fucking shit name, by the way. That'd be like in America if your name was like Matthew Matthews. But Patchy beat him twice. He also beat Rafael Stotts, who, by the way, has only lost to Merab other than Patchy. Patchy's been fighting at a very high level, and now that he's in the UFC, the stakes are pretty clear. Win here, and you're probably getting a title shot. Bautista, on the other hand, let's just say that the fans are not lining up for autographs. After that terribly boring Aldo fight, the pressure is on, and I don't think he's built for it. This guy's going to be getting booed at the press conference, at the weigh-ins, on the walkout to the fight. And tactically, Bautista's approach is not going to work here. That clinch-heavy fence-humping style, not against a submission wizard like Patchy Mix. This feels like a setup. Like the UFC said, here Patchy, go clean this fuck-up up so we can start printing your posters. Patchy Mix by finish, submission likely, but domination regardless. Next we have Kelvin loves Mexican food Gastelum versus Joe hates Mexican food Pyfer. This was supposed to be Joe Pyfer's big moment. Mexico City, fight night, main card, but then he got sick and now everything's just off. He's got the skill, no doubt. He's got the power, obviously, but between the illness and his weird attitude towards that event, it just feels like his head's not in the game. Kelvin, on the other hand, probably feels robbed. He trained for that night, he wanted that moment, fighting in front of Mexico, and now he's had extra time to prep, more time to stew, and remember, this dude is as durable as they come. I know that they say that Joe Pyfer's got like a harder punch than Ngannou, but Kelvin Gastelum has the biggest chin in the middleweight division, for sure. Look, I see Gastelum using pressure, mixing in the wrestling, and dragging Joe into deep waters. Fuck, man, this could be close, though. I do know that Joe Pyfer can just knock him out with one punch, but I'm leaning Kelvin Gastelum by decision. He's just a little bit too seasoned, a little bit too gritty. Next up, we got Julianna, looks good but sounds bad, Peña, versus Kayla, natural, wink wink, nudge nudge, Harrison. I mean, legit, tell me that this woman is fucking natural. Seriously. I know that her coach is like, yeah, she's just a fucking beast. She's a freak. It's crazy. And maybe she is, but if that's the case, like, we should be lining up to try and get Kayla Harrison's fucking children. Because your kids are going to be fucking Brock Lesnar. Anyway, this one's pretty straightforward, guys. Kayla Harrison's the UFC's new golden ticket. They're looking at her as another Ronda Rousey, undefeated judo monster. They're grooming her for a title shot, maybe even a Nunes comeback fight, and Julianna Peña is just the test subject. Peña has confidence that you'd think comes with like a 25-1 record, not 13-5. Her takedown defense, 23%. I'm going to say that again in case you weren't listening. 23%. That's the lowest I've ever seen. That means when people shoot on her, she gets planted 77% of the time. And now she's fighting Kayla Harrison, one of the most dominant grapplers in the world. Yeah, no. Kayla by third round TKO, maybe a rear naked choke if Julianna turtles up. Either way, this is a launch pad for Kayla. Julianna's the springboard. Third round, finish. And last but not least, we have the main event. Merab, the CTE Rumba Decision versus Sean Stevia O'Malley. Guys, this is the big one. I know it's hard to bet against Merab. He's a cardio terminator. He just beat Umar. That was a fantastic fight. And between him and Ilya, they're basically making it seem like Georgians are unstoppable. And now he's fighting in New Jersey, which is like Merab's country. But I keep going back to the last fight. I thought O'Malley was going to win, and I still think that he can. He has the power, he has the timing, and he has the footwork to find that shot. Merab's game plan last time was perfect. Rather than just that constant forward pressure, he was way more chaotic. Spinning, diving, yelling at fucking Tim. He basically did everything but throw the kitchen sink at Sean. And it worked. Once. But I don't think that kind of strategy works twice. And Sean's got tape now. He's got the data, and he's got 25 minutes. It's a high wire act, but I think that Sean lands something nasty. I think he comes in with pressure of his own this time. He's going to come walking forward, put Merab on the back foot. And look, if O'Malley doesn't win this, honestly, guys, I don't really know where he goes from here. Yeah, you've got that Sandhagen fight. You've got probably a couple other fun fights, but I think that that's basically it. And then he retires if he doesn't win this one. I'm going to take Sean O'Malley by knockout in round 2, just like Aljo. So that's it. My final picks, Vicente Luque, Patchy Mix, Kelvin Gastelum, Kayla Harrison, Sean O'Malley. The only one I'm like sort of wondering about is that Kelvin Gastelum pick. And I'm just going to take Sean O'Malley or O'Malley math delusion and say that O'Malley's going to win this because that's what I want to happen. But I feel like this card's going to be a fun one, guys. Imagine the storylines that could be built off of Patchy Mix, O'Malley, and Kayla Harrison winning. I really do think these picks are solid. I'm crossing my fingers for O'Malley. I like Merab, but, you know, I grew up, like Sean and I are the same age. I grew up watching him grow up in the UFC. So obviously I want this guy to win. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. And also, like, what do you think of this card? I actually think this is a bit of a good rebound for the UFC after that shit show of a fight night last weekend. Anyway, see you guys.